How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. You're about to see some of the freakiest videos that are trending right now. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this. TikTok user Brenna has recently shared a spine-chilling ghost story that's left viewers on edge, and there's footage to back it up. In her eerie video, Brenna recounts the unsettling experiences of her sister and former roommate, who both worked at a music school and daycare center for children.
Basically, both my sister and my old roommate used to work at this music school daycare center for kids in the Upper East Side.
While music classes echoed upstairs, downstairs in the basement lurked the daycare, a place Brenna describes as undeniably scary.
And they both hated being down there. And I'd been down there a few times too. It is really scary. When you just get a feeling about a place, that is the basement. It was horrible.
According to Brenna, her sister and roommate dreaded being downstairs, often hearing inexplicable voices in the absence of their co-teacher. Even more disturbing, the cleaner would occasionally stumble upon toys mysteriously arranged in a circle. Adding to the ominous atmosphere were reports from children of a mean guy lurking in the play tunnel and corner of the room. When COVID forced the daycare to close its doors, the owner installed security cameras to monitor the empty space, hoping to capture any unusual occurrences. What the cameras caught is beyond chilling. Take a look. The footage reveals objects moving around the room, seemingly of their own accord. So what do you think? Given that Brenna's unsettling tales of the property are now seemingly corroborated by this eerie footage, one has to wonder what's really going on in the basement of this old daycare center. Over on TikTok, a user by the name Pink86 is turning heads with some eerie yet oddly heartwarming content straight from the halls of a hospital. In a series of videos, this account documents encounters with a purported spirit in the Phoenix Children's Hospital in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. In the first clip, a young girl engages in what can only be described as a supernatural Q&A session. As she poses questions to the alleged spirit, the tap mysteriously activates, seemingly in response.
It's motion sensor. There's no one over there. Okay, do it one more time.
Do it one more time, please.
While most people would recoil at such an encounter, the girl appears delighted by the interaction, adding a curious twist to the eerie proceedings.
Okay. One last time.
At one point, the mum even shows that the tap doesn't easily activate by motion.
And just for show, let's see if it comes on right here. I'm right here. Nothing.
In one particularly eerie moment, the pair attempt to guess the alleged entity's age.
Are you 5? Are you 6? 7?
8.
9? You're 9? You're 9 years old?
Later, they try and find out a name for the purported spirit.
Does your name start with a A? Does your name start with a B?
I want to do the question ask.
Okay.
Is it Bianca?
That's a weird name.
Thankfully, the spirit, affectionately dubbed Bianca, seems to harbour no ill intentions towards the hospital's young inhabitants or their guardians. In subsequent videos, things turn even more strange. While on a video call with her dad, the young girl asks if the presence can flicker the lights.
So, can you flicker the lights or no?
Did you see that?
Watching that again, it is subtle, but if you look closely, the lights do indeed flicker.
Wait, so can you flicker the lights or no?
Did you see that?
This is one of the last videos featuring this encounter, and audiences have been left with more questions than answers. In a subsequent update, the mum said they were taken out of the room for a medical scan and never returned, so they have no way of knowing what was actually happening. So, if you ever find yourself at the Phoenix Children's Hospital, be prepared for the possibility of more than just medical treatment. You might just make friends with a friendly spirit named Bianca.
Your eyes are green?
On the TikTok account Chilled and Disturbed, a gripping scene unfolds as a young couple's domestic dispute takes a chilling turn.
Planning on, they
Do
don't.
you know how it feels to hang out with a group of people and they don't even want you there?
They do want you there.
Captured on their home security system, the pair are right in the middle of an argument when suddenly something strange starts to happen.
They like you a lot.
They're acting rude to me.
They're not trying. That's just how they.
The tension in the kitchen reaches a crescendo when suddenly plates begin to plummet from the cabinets. According to some commenters, the timing of the spectral intervention suggests an eerie motive. Perhaps a spirit sought to quell the escalating conflict, acting as an otherworldly mediator to prevent harm befalling the couple. The intensity of the argument, evident even to spectators, may have spurred the supernatural intervention.
They're not trying. That's just how they.
Yet the video leaves viewers hanging, offering no glimpse into the aftermath. Speculation runs rampant about the fate of the couple. Did they reconcile, or did the paranormal interference exacerbate their troubles? Love to hear your thoughts on this strange piece of footage in the comments down below.
Hey.
A spine-chilling video surfaced on Facebook, shared by the proprietors of the infamous Myrtle's Plantation, revealing eerie security footage that will send shivers down your spine. Situated in St. Francisville, Louisiana, the Myrtle's Plantation stands as a relic of America's antebellum past, constructed in 1796 by General David Bradford. The property's grim history includes the labour of enslaved individuals and tales of supernatural encounters that have solidified its reputation as one of the most haunted places in the country. Legend intertwines the plantation with an ancient burial ground belonging to the Native American Tunica tribe, adding another layer of mystique to its already chilling aura. Despite its spectral reputation, the Myrtle's Plantation operates today as a bed and breakfast, offering guests the opportunity to delve into its historical enigmas through guided tours. The recent footage captured during one such tour captures something quite strange. Take a look. A statue inexplicably falls to the ground. Tour guides swiftly intervene, attempting to assuage the escalating fear among guests, but the unsettling incident leaves lingering questions about what transpired next on that fateful tour. Undoubtedly, the aftermath would have left many visitors with an unsettling unease, a stark reminder of the Myrtle's Plantation's enduring legacy of mystery and intrigue. Here's an amusing little one coming via some security footage posted on TikTok by user Can You Not Though. The footage, captured by an interior camera in the uploader's home during daylight hours, initially depicts an ordinary scene. But watch what happens.
No. Don't do that.
Something seems to fall off the shelf.
No.
However, instead of getting scared, the man starts lecturing an unseen presence.
No. Don't do that.
It's as though he's used to strange things happening around his home and has grown accustomed to telling ghosties off.
No. Don't do that.
A lot of commenters gelled with the footage, admitting they also do the same thing when something strange happens around them. So what about you? Have you ever told a ghost off? Let me know in the comments down below.
No. Don't do that.
Late night eerie encounters have become the talk of the town thanks to a chilling TikTok video posted by user Jess, going by the handle JMO230. It's the middle of the night and Jess is working the night shift all alone in the psychiatric unit of a hospital.
Okay, there's nobody here, right?
When suddenly, she notices this.
What is that? Because it is not me. This is me, leaving, closing the door. What the fuck is
A
that?
shadowy figure, distinct from Jess herself, seems to loom ominously, defying logical explanation.
What is that? Because it is not me. This is me, leaving, closing the door. What the fuck is that?
As the comments section lights up with speculation and shared unease, the mystery only deepens. Could the psych unit be haunted by a spectral entity, a shadow person as some suggest? With limited footage and context provided, conjecture runs rife.
What is that? Because it is not me. This is me, leaving, closing the door. What the fuck is that?
This next one isn't paranormal at all, but it's creepy nonetheless. Residents of a Chino Hills neighborhood were left stunned when a hidden camera, cleverly disguised as a rock, was uncovered. Carefully positioned amidst the grass beneath a tree on a central median, the camera blended seamlessly with its surroundings. Moreover, it was aimed directly at the residence of James Dimmerpersok. Describing the device, Dimmerpersok noted, "It was a camera that was covered in clay that looked like a rock, so it was very precise. It was on a power bank, so it was a cordless camera." Dimmerpersok became aware of the intrusion when a neighbour brought the matter to his attention after spotting the concealed camera outside their homes in Glenridge Drive. Dimmerpersok said that the incident freaked out his wife so much she started crying. Promptly reporting the find to authorities, Dimmerpersok learned that the camera was transmitting via nearby cell towers. He then reviewed footage captured by the camera in hopes of identifying the perpetrator. The footage reveals the suspect clad in garden gloves and a motorcycle helmet, surreptitiously planting the camera in the dirt before making a getaway on a kick scooter. Further investigation via Dimmerpersok's Ring doorbell camera yielded additional footage, albeit too distant to discern the suspect's features clearly. The motive behind the covert surveillance remains unclear, but Dimmerpersok and his wife suspect the perpetrator may have been scoping out their property, perhaps for a potential robbery. With the neighbourhood on edge, speculation abounds regarding the suspect's intentions. Concerns have been raised about the safety of junior high school students who frequent the area. "This is a street where our junior high school students walk," remarked Julissa Castillo, a concerned neighbour. "A lot of them do, particularly on that street. It almost concerns me that maybe they're watching a particular child." As the investigation continues under the jurisdiction of the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, residents remain vigilant. Many have pledged to bolster their home security measures in response to this unsettling incident. Before we take a look at some breakthrough footage that's been captured on Brown Mountain in North Carolina that might shed light on a decades-old mystery, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be notified every time we drop our scary and creepy videos. The Brown Mountain lights are purported ghost lights near Brown Mountain in North Carolina. The earliest published references to strange lights there are from around 1910, at about the same time electric lighting was becoming widespread in the area. In 1922, a USGS scientist, George R. Mansfield, used a map and an Alidade telescope to prove that the lights being seen were trains, car headlights, and brush fires, which ended widespread public concern. Apparently, the mystery was solved, but soon a raging flood brought travel to a halt for weeks. People began to doubt the conclusions when the lights continued to appear in the night sky. Decades later, in July 2016, the Charlotte Observer ran a story about two officers from the Forest Service who had encountered beach ball-sized spheres of light when they were up on the mountain. These orbs drifted by, then disappeared. For years, physicist Daniel Caton dedicated his research to unraveling the enigmatic puzzle of the Brown Mountain lights. These peculiar apparitions have been documented for over a century in the highlands of North Carolina. He embarked on a digital expedition diligently monitoring the rugged Brown Mountain Ridge night after night. Yet, each day as he sifted through the recorded footage, nothing remarkable surfaced. Just the usual array of plane lights, campfires, and the familiar procession of celestial bodies across the night sky. Disheartened by the lack of findings, he confided, "I was losing hope. Months went by without a glimpse of anything." Caton and his team reluctantly agreed to persist with their surveillance for one more summer before considering to call it quits. Funding research isn't as straightforward as it seems, especially when it involves chasing after elusive phenomena like ghost lights. Then, on July 17, while reviewing the previous night's recording, something extraordinary happened. Take a look at the footage. A few minutes before midnight, high above the ridge, the Brown Mountain lights burst into view. A luminous orb appears suddenly, then vanishes, only to reappear moments later as if on cue, before treating the watchers to an encore performance. To validate their authenticity, he cross-referenced the footage from both cameras. If discrepancies arose between the two feeds, he attributed them to lens flares or technical glitches. However, both cameras had captured the display simultaneously, leaving Caton and his colleagues baffled, unable to attribute the phenomenon to any mundane explanation. This marked the first time the App State scientific team had recorded the lights on video, breaking a prolonged streak of fruitless observation. They had diligently operated the dual camera setup since February, and this breakthrough revitalized their efforts. "The light seems stationary above the ridge," Caton remarked. "It's the first anomaly I've witnessed. Feels like we're back in the game." Each frame of the video spanned 30 seconds, indicating that the lights had illuminated the night sky for less than a minute. Despite his uncertainty regarding the nature of the phenomenon, Caton entertained the notion that they might be manifestations of ball lightning, an often poorly understood atmospheric occurrence. However, his scientific curiosity drove him to prioritize meticulous observation and data collection, with the hope of discerning a pattern. The realm of atmospheric phenomena is vast, Caton reflected. There's still much to uncover. For decades, reports from pilots detailing lights emanating from thunderstorms went largely ignored until 1989, when University of Minnesota researchers serendipitously captured them on a low-light camera. Now, such phenomena are regularly documented from space and subjected to rigorous scientific scrutiny. While the exact nature of these lights remains elusive, their appearance on Brown Mountain mirrors the broader scientific pursuit of understanding atmospheric anomalies. Caton estimated that around 95% of reported sightings were likely attributable to misidentifications, campfires, meteors, or mundane terrestrial structures. Yet he remained intrigued by the possibility that a small fraction, perhaps 5%, could represent genuine encounters with the mysterious Brown Mountain lights. We've got an exciting update for our second channel, Slapped Hand Mysteries. We'll soon be releasing 2 episodes per week. We'll be releasing episodes on Fridays and Tuesdays, that's EST US time. So that's double the mysteries, double the fun, Fridays and Tuesdays. If you haven't subscribed to our new channel, Slapped Hand Mysteries, there's links in the description box down below, and we'll see you over there. Well, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. In case you haven't heard the news, we've launched a brand new second channel. You can see the latest episode right there. Otherwise, there's a spooky playlist there that'll creep you out well into the night, we promise. Leave us a comment down below, smash that thumbs up button. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.